Have you ever stopped to ponder the mysteries of existence? Every day we go about our lives making choices, interacting with others, and experiencing the world around us. But how often do we truly consider the nature of our reality and our place within it? In our quest for knowledge, we've uncovered truths that can be both enlightening and unsettling. Here are 10 profound facts that may make you question everything you think you know about existence. Let's start by examining the universe's immense size. Just picture yourself standing on a beach and gazing out over the wide ocean. There are more stars in the observable cosmos than there are grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. Therefore, each particle of sand under your feet could be a star. Even with its startling comparison, this analogy only begins to hint at the real scope of the universe. There may be trillions of galaxies in the observable universe, among which our planet, Earth, is but a small dot in the Milky Way galaxy. When you look up at the night sky, those twinkling lights are not just stars. They are entire galaxies, each containing billions of stars and even more planets. The Hubble Space Telescope has given us glimpses into the farthest reaches of the cosmos, showing us galaxies so distant that their light has taken billions of years to reach us. This means that we are not seeing them as they are now, but as they were long before humans even existed. It's like looking back in time to the early days of the universe. The mind reels at the thought that the universe is so vast and ancient, filled with mysteries that we may never fully understand. Now let's delve deeper into the concept of time, something we all take for granted. We measure our lives in hours, days, and years, thinking of time as a linear progression from past to future. But what if time is not as straightforward as we believe? According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time is not a constant. It can stretch and bend depending on the speed at which an object is moving and the strength of the gravitational field it is in. This means that time is relative. What you experience as a minute might be an hour for someone else, depending on their position and velocity in the universe. Consider this for a moment and its implications. What does that imply for our comprehension of reality if time is not a universally recognized, stable constant? Time would pass more slowly for you than it would for someone on Earth if you were traveling at almost the speed of light. Atomic clock experiments conducted on aircraft have demonstrated that this is not merely a theoretical idea. Time may not flow as we understand it, according to this phenomena called time dilation. Rather, time might resemble a terrain we traverse, a dimension entwined with space. This raises questions about our basic beliefs about death, life, and the essence of being. If there's not enough time, this brings us to the simulation hypothesis, a concept that has gained traction in recent years. This idea suggests that our reality might be a highly advanced computer simulation created by a more advanced civilization. It sounds like science fiction, but consider this. As technology advances, we are already creating virtual worlds that are becoming increasingly realistic. Imagine a future where simulations are so advanced that they can replicate not just our universe, but consciousness itself. If that future is possible, then it raises the question, how do we know we are not already living in a simulation? Philosopher Nick Bostrom has argued that if it is possible to create such a simulation, and if such simulations are likely to be created in the future, then it is statistically probable that we are living in one right now. If this is true, it raises profound questions about the nature of reality and our place in it. Are we just digital constructs living out pre-programmed lives in a simulated universe? Or is there something more to our existence that transcends the boundaries of the physical world? If we are living in a simulation, then who or what created it and why? What happens when the simulation ends or when we unplug? These questions challenge our understanding of reality and force us to confront the possibility that everything we know could be an illusion. But the mysteries of existence go even deeper when we consider the strange world of quantum mechanics. This field of physics deals with the behavior of particles at the smallest scales, and it is filled with phenomena that defy our everyday understanding of reality. One of the most perplexing principles of quantum mechanics is the observer effect, which states that the act of observing a particle can change its behavior. This means that at the quantum level, particles can exist in multiple states at once, a phenomenon known as superposition. It is only when we observe them that they choose a state. According to certain scientists, Awareness may have a fundamental influence on reality because of the observer effect. What does this entail for our position in the cosmos if it is true? Does the very fabric of reality depend on our consciousness and existence? Does the cosmos cease to exist in the sense that we understand it if we stop making observations? The consequences are astounding. That implies that reality is shaped by our consciousness and perceptions, and is not fixed, but rather flexible and pliable. We are forced to reevaluate our definition of existence and confront the idea of an objective, external reality. As if these concepts weren't mind-bending enough, let's consider the multiverse theory. This idea suggests that our universe might be just one of an infinite number of universes, each with its own laws of physics, constants, and even different forms of life. If this theory is correct, then there could be countless versions of you out there, each living a different life based on the choices you didn't make in this universe. Imagine a universe where you chose a different career, married a different person, or never moved to a new city. In another universe, you might be a famous musician, a celebrated scientist, or even a completely different species. The multiverse theory challenges our understanding of reality and forces us to question the significance of our choices in our very existence. Are we unique, or are we just one of an infinite number of possibilities? The idea that there could be countless versions of ourselves living out different lives is both thrilling and terrifying. It makes you wonder, if there are infinite versions of you, then what does it mean to be you? Are we just a collection of experiences and choices, or is there something more to our identity that transcends these alternate realities? The Fermi paradox and the concept of the great filter add another layer of complexity to these existential questions. The Fermi paradox is the apparent contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial life in the universe and the lack of evidence for, or contact with, such civilizations. Given the vast number of stars and planets in the universe, many of which are similar to our own, it's statistically likely that there should be other intelligent life forms out there. So, where is everyone? One possible explanation for this paradox is the concept of the great filter, a hypothetical stage in the evolution of life that is extremely difficult for any species to surpass. This filter could be anything from the emergence of intelligent life to the development of advanced technology, or even the ability to survive long-term as a species. If the great filter lies in our future, it could mean that all civilizations inevitably reach a point where they self-destruct. If it lies in our past, it means we are one of the few to have made it this far. Either way, it forces us to question our place in the universe and the future of humanity. Are we truly alone, or are we just one of many civilizations that have yet to overcome the great filter? What does it mean if we are alone in this vast universe? Is there a purpose to our existence, or are we simply a cosmic accident, a fluke of nature that happened to arise in a vast and indifferent universe? The nature of consciousness itself is one of the most profound mysteries of existence. Despite centuries of study and debate, scientists and philosophers are still struggling to understand what consciousness is and how it arises. Some believe that consciousness is a fundamental aspect of the universe, like space and time, while others think it emerges from complex interactions within the brain. There are even theories that suggest consciousness could exist independently of the brain, that it might be a universal property permeating all of reality. In the event that awareness is something more than a brain construct, what does that mean about our very existence? Exists something more to humans than just our physical shape, or are we only biological machines? Asking the most deep questions possible, like, what is the nature of consciousness, could fundamentally alter our understanding of who we are and where we fit in the cosmos. Could it be that the universe is sentient in some form if consciousness is a fundamental feature of reality? Exists a shared consciousness that unites us in ways that we are still unable to fully understand, a universal consciousness? The end of the universe is another concept that forces us to confront the fragility of existence. Everything that begins must eventually end, and the universe is no exception. Scientists have proposed several theories about how the universe might end, from the Big Freeze, where the universe continues to expand until all energy is exhausted, to the Big Crunch, where the universe collapses in on itself, to the Big Rip, where the expansion of the universe accelerates to the point where it tears apart galaxies, stars, and even atoms. Each of these scenarios presents a different vision of the end of everything we know. It's hard to comprehend that all of existence could one day simply cease, that everything we've ever known and loved could be reduced to nothing. The end of the universe raises profound questions about the nature of existence and what, if anything, lies beyond it. Is there something more after the end, or is it truly the final chapter? And if the universe ends, does that mean the end of consciousness, of thought, of being? Or could there be a new beginning, a rebirth in some form we cannot yet comprehend? The concept of reality itself is another mystery that challenges our understanding of existence. What is reality? This question has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries. We perceive the world through our senses, but what if our senses are not reliable? Our brains interpret signals from the outside world, but they can be fooled. Optical illusions, dreams, and hallucinations show that our perception of reality can be manipulated. Some theories suggest that reality might be a construct of the mind, that what we perceive as the physical world is actually a projection created by our consciousness. If this is true, then what does it mean for our understanding of existence? Are we truly experiencing the world as it is? Or is everything we know just an illusion, a shadow of something greater? The nature of reality is a question that challenges everything we think we know and forces us to confront the possibility that our existence might not be as it seems. Could it be that reality is not fixed, but fluid and malleable, shaped by our consciousness and perceptions? If so, then what does it mean to exist in a world that is not as solid and immutable as we once believed? Finally, let's consider the concept of infinity. Infinity is a concept that both fascinates and terrifies. It's the idea that something can be endless, without any bounds or limits. The universe itself might be infinite, stretching out forever in all directions. Time might be infinite, with no beginning or end. Even numbers are infinite. No matter how high you count, there will always be another number. Infinity is a concept that defies our understanding, that breaks the rules of logic and reason. If the universe is infinite, then it means that anything that can happen has already happened, will happen, or is happening right now somewhere in the cosmos. It means that there could be an infinite number of parallel universes, each with its own version of you. The concept of infinity forces us to confront the limitless possibilities of existence and challenges our understanding of reality itself. It makes us wonder, if everything is infinite, then what does it mean to exist? Are we just a tiny part of an endless cycle? Or is there something more, something beyond our comprehension? In the end, these 10 facts challenge our understanding of existence and force us to confront the mysteries of reality, consciousness, and the universe itself. They make us question everything we think we know and invite us to explore the deeper truths that lie beneath the surface of our everyday lives. As we continue to explore these mysteries, we may find that the answers are not as clear-cut as we once thought, and that the true nature of existence is far more complex and mysterious than we can imagine. But one thing is certain, the more we learn, the more we realize how little we truly know. And that is what makes the journey of discovery so endlessly fascinating.